Hi folks, Andrew here at Chatfuel. Today I am super excited to be chatting with Dora and Erick of GoSky AI. They are based in Taiwan. They're a partner agency of ours here at Chatfuel, and we're talking to them because they have built and submitted a chatbot to our e-commerce competition that we just ended at the end of 2019. Dora and Erick were the second place winners in that competition. They built a bot for one of their clients, 3D Mats Taiwan, which I'll have them explain more about in a second, but basically an auto accessory manufacturer, if you will. They use Chatfuel to do a bunch of cool stuff and get some amazing results. So all that being said, welcome guys, and look forward to our conversation. Either one of you can answer this question. I'm curious to know, obviously chatbots are, there's a lot of hype around them these days. There's a lot of buzz. It's the hot thing to do in marketing. But I'm curious, for this client that you were working with, why did you choose to create a chatbot for the campaign rather than something like a website, an email campaign, SMS campaign? Why did you choose a chatbot as kind of the mechanism for this campaign?
Okay, and about this customer, we have three main goals we need to reach. And the first goal is we want to know what the audience like. And the second goal is we need to reduce the time the people customer service time. And the third thing is our customer like private message and they need customized recommendation. Yes, and we consider many kinds of tools, and we think that Chatbot meet all our requirements. So that's why we choose Chatbot.
Awesome. Yeah, obviously the interactive component of chatbots is super helpful and more engaging, at least in my opinion, than something like a static website. So that's great. Next question, just to give some more backbone and context to exactly what you guys did. Tell me kind of like the user experience, the sales funnel, if you will, of this chatbot experience. Like I mentioned, I know that it was for an auto accessory manufacturer, these floor mats in the cars, but what exactly was the chatbot doing? I understand it involved coupons in some way.
It's a New Year campaign for in Taiwan 3D Mass, and so they want people to reach into the chatbot. And when I first reach in, they get a 300 new Taiwan dollars coupon at first. So everyone has the $300 coupon, and then we asked them to have to share the post to their Facebook. So as they share, when they finish their sharing, they will get a chance to have like 5,000 coupons to let them have the intention to share the post. Mm-hmm. And also in the process, we also mentioned that if you get a coupon, you can use it right now because the coupon has an expired dates to let them have a intention to buy. And also because in the new year, we would like to have a new things, so new clothes and new outfits. So we also promote that you also need a new outfit for your car.
Awesome. I love that. So basically the user gets into the bot, they have the option to claim this coupon, and then if they share it to promote the virality of the chatbot and the campaign, then they can get a greater coupon. Tell me also about, and again, these questions for either one of you, feel free to jump in. Tell me also about the A/B testing component of this campaign, because I think that's one of the most valuable pieces and takeaways to pull from this, which is that you didn't just send everybody a coupon in the same exact way. You varied it up, and the ways that you sent these coupons had a different impact on revenue, and it was more effective in some ways than others. So tell me basically the different variations that you tested there and which one performed best.
Okay, and in this campaign, we use three kind of way to test. And the first one is send the coupon directly. And the second one is send the coupon with sequence. And the third one is send coupon with countdown text. Yes, and three of tests we test that the send coupon with frequent is its conversion is the best. Yes.
And I found that really interesting too, that typically, like in my mind, I would say, oh, well, if you give somebody a coupon right away, then they're going to be more likely to buy because they're ready to buy, presumably right then and there. So I'm curious if you have any kind of hypotheses or guesses as to why that did perform best, because obviously data can, you know, mess with our intuitions and what we would think would be common sense. So just curious to know, you know, why you think that is that the sequence performed best.
I think that is because when people is look this product and they get this information, they need some time to search what kind of thing they really need on the internet. So they will not make the decision directly. So if we follow up after it looks up this all information and about 10 minutes or more than 20 minutes, they will, when they get this sequence coupon, they will feel surprised. And this time they will buy in, yes.
So just so I understood that correctly, in terms of the timing, because you said obviously the sequence performed best in terms of conversions, did you test multiple timings, like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, a day, or you said it was the 20-minute one that performed best? Was that right?
In this campaign, we only test one time. Yes, we said about, I think is 10 minutes. Yes, we said 10 minutes only.
Gotcha. That's interesting to know. Another quick question regarding kind of just the user experience in general here is the entry points. So maybe I missed it earlier, but tell me a little bit about the different ways that people were actually getting into the bot from this campaign. I assume you were using Facebook ads, or, you know, what other, were you using other plugins like the customer chat plugin, just organic traffic? Tell me about that and how users were being kind of funneled into the chatbot.
Okay, and in this campaign, we have two main entrances. And the first one is that we use the click to messenger ads. Yes, and I think this one it can get the best user experience because when they click the button, they can enter the chatbot directly. Yes, and the second way we use to get this user into the chatbot is acquire user from comments. Yes, so we also create a post on the 3D Max fan page. So people can leave their comment below and then get the private message. Yes, and these two are the main entrance. And we also use a link, but that is not the main way, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, acquire users from comments has to be my favorite growth tool, if you will. I remember, like I mentioned in the intro, you guys are both from GoSky, and I remember the very first case study we saw from GoSky was Beauty Player, and the comment acquisition was used there too. So clearly it's a very effective way to grow your subscriber base. And something that I find really neat too that's worth noting for people is I believe you guys ended up having somewhere around like 6,000 subscribers, which to most people, it's like, oh, that's 6,000 subscribers. It's not really that much. And I think it's important to note that, you know, just because you have a small amount of subscribers relatively, that's not that big of a deal or a big of an issue because, you know, it's more important to have a small number of very qualified buyers than it is to just have, you know, hundreds of thousands of subscribers who might never, you know, pay you a dime or a dollar. So I think that's an important takeaway to mention here. In terms of e-commerce in general, obviously both of you are working for a chatbot agency, and for this project specifically, it involved e-commerce, as I'm sure many of your projects do. So throughout the course of building this bot, and Eric, maybe this is a better question for you, what were kind of the best practices that you think about when you're building one of these bots? You know, what tips should every bot builder who's creating an e-commerce project think about during that process?
Okay. For the e-commerce chatbot, especially we have, I think we have 5 main points. The first one is very a good flow for inside the chatbot, because you need to let the users know what the chatbot is telling you now. So you need to lead the user to your goal. For e-commerce, within the most important goal is to buy the product. So the flow is very important. It's the structure of the chatbot. And secondly, when you have a good flow, you need a good call to actions to let the users know, oh, like I saw the product, so I can buy it now. We will usually like to use a very strong intention call to action to let the users know that, oh, I click this button so I can buy the product now. Like we don't use some very misunderstanding vocabulary to let the user get confused.
Mm-hmm.
And the third one is also very important, is to have a tag in every product. So we will know that for the users which product they like. So afterward we can have a 4 point that we use a broadcast and with text. For example, if a man like teachers, so we will have if we have a teacher sales, we will broadcast to those who have teacher tags. And finally, we think this is the most important, is the sequence. Just like we said before, users usually don't buy when they first saw it, but we use sequence to retargeting again, to let them have an intention again. So, and usually we use 1 day and 7 days and 30 days in this sequence. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sequences are definitely useful. You gotta really, at least in my experience selling things online, you really have to nudge people consistently to get them to buy. Just a quick aside too, I don't know what e-commerce platform you're using or your client is using to sell, because I imagine you're not doing it directly in the chatbot, but I'm curious if in addition to sequences, if you have considered using the cart reminders feature that we just added. I know it's only compatible with Shopify, so if they're not using Shopify, it doesn't work, but obviously we've seen people get great results with that. So just wondered if you considered that, or maybe when we ran this contest, I don't even remember if we had released it yet, but something to consider.
Okay. First, if we have a customer not use Shopify, we will definitely use the cart reminder, and also we use the Chatbots plugin to, if the user click a button in the web, and they will receive a message in the messenger to remind them, oh, they have still a product that in their account.
Yeah, all those growth tools are super useful. Some of them are trickier to implement than others, like the checkbox plugin. So I give you props for using that, because I know it's not always a simple task, but that's great to hear. Also, in terms just more broadly of this campaign that you were running, we've talked a lot about the technical details, the best practices and everything, but tell viewers too, just in general, the results that you've been able to achieve, because obviously it's cool to talk about all the technical stuff, but at the end of the day, people, especially like your client, they want to see, okay, well, how much did we increase revenue? By how many percentage points, et cetera. So tell us a little bit about the results that you were able to achieve by using this messenger campaign.
Okay, and in this messenger campaign, we increased sales by 29%, and we increased the number of purchase by 15% in a week. Yes.
That's great to hear, and I'm sure your client 3D Mats was happy to see that. So that's great and exciting. It's the kinds of stories we love to hear. I think just the last question I have here for both of you is a lot of our customer base here at Chatfuel are agencies, and they, you know, their main goal is finding more clients all the time. So if you can share, I'm really always fascinated to learn how agencies find these bigger clients like 3D Mats and, you know, all these other players kind of in the games. So if you can, again, share, you know, how both of you kind of came in contact and how that relationship has played out.
Okay, and in this question, we have two main ways to get the customers. And just like what we encourage our customer to do, the first we will do is we will have a click-to-messenger ads on the Facebook. Yes, and we use the click-to-messenger ads to collect some important leads. And we will contact with these people who are interested in building a chatbot. So that is the first way. And the second way is we have a website, and we will write some successful case study. And we will put the chatbot link on the case study, below the case study. So if people read this article and they feel interested about the case and they want to build a chatbot, they can find us directly. And also we put the messenger plugin on our website. So when they look in our website, they can find us quickly.
I also have two ways that for agency to increase their customers. One way is, I think PR is very important for a B2B business model. So we have we do many things that for right now we have the Wuhan disease.
Coronavirus.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So we do a chatbot on to tell people the facts about the corona disease. So as we do the chatbot, so we get reported on the news on internet or even in the newspaper. So we get our name to explore. And the second way is customer referral, because once your customer is feel like, oh, you're very good to cooperate, so they'll refer to other business to cooperate with you again.
Yeah, those are both of the, I mean, all of those are great tips, especially those last two with the PR. Yeah, I did see the coronavirus spot that you guys put together, which was brilliant and obviously useful just to society in general. And then also referrals. I know when I was running my agency for a while, that was a huge source of, you know, finding clients and ultimately sales. So that's great. And totally music to our ears here at Chatfuel that you guys are running click to messenger ads, not only for your clients, but to find clients. That's amazing and funny and great. So I love that. One final question that I do have for both of you is, when you heard the news, this wonderful news that you were the second place winner in our e-commerce competition, what did that feel like?
Actually, I feel a little surprised because there are so many chatbot developers in the Chatfuel community. So I think it is a very great honor. And we also thank our customers, 3D Mats, because they are willing to share this case study. And also, I think I really thank to the GoSky team and Chatfuel team, because Chatfuel team offered us this opportunity to join this contest and use the A/B test plugin. And our GoSky team give us full support, so make us can win the second prize.
Yeah, that's great to hear. I know we've talked extensively before to Fash and Janet, and it's great to now meet both of you as well. So that's great. And thanks again for entering the competition. Obviously, it wouldn't be possible without people like you guys who use the platform. So that's great. And obviously, in this whole process, you are helping people, both your clients and their customers. So awesome. Thank you guys so much for all of the tips, tricks, and everything in between. Really appreciate it. to the viewers out there watching, if you would like to start building a bot, finding clients, and closing deals, head on over to chatfuel.com. You can get signed up today completely for free and start building a chatbot. So hopefully you can be our next success story. So Dora and Eric, again, thank you so much for your time, and happy botting.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.